Okay, so this is just a quick video that I'm putting together based on the queuing mechanism of the Technics SL-Q turntables. I think this would apply to any SL-Q 200, 201, 300, 305, 350, whatever the number is, because they all are essentially the same. This is a SL-Q200, and the queuing mechanism was getting completely stuck. Okay, so you would, I'm going to just take off the arm here off the clasp, and you would drop the cue and the needle would not drop down. It would stay up. And it's because this little dude here was stuck. Okay, it was, and then all it is because it's years and years of the oil drying out and gumming up and getting stuck in there. So this is going to show you how to quickly and easily fix that so that the cue will actually go back down again. I don't know if you could see that or not, but cue goes up, cue goes down. Okay, all right, hold on a sec. I'm going to open this thing up. Okay, so what we're going to do is be careful of the plastic lid. Leave the lid on, but be extremely careful. As you know, these hinges are extremely brittle, so you do not want to break them. Remove the plate and cover, and then you're going to gently take off the plate in itself. Okay, it should pop right off. If it doesn't, give it a little bit of an attitude adjustment and you'll be in good shape. There's your turntable. You're going to make sure the arm is latched on here nice and tight. Okay, take this opportunity to gently wipe out any dust or anything that's in here. There's probably 20 to 30 years of grime in there, but be very gentle with everything you do with these turntables. Okay, hold on a sec. We're going to flip it over, but we're going to do that by closing the lid. And hold on a minute. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm going to show you what you do, and then I'm going to do it, and then I'll come back. You're going to remove all the screws that hold the rubber feet down, and don't forget this one right here. Okay, simple Phillips head screwdriver will do the trick. And what I always do is I'll take out this screw here, put it over here, take this one out, put it over here, so that way I know exactly which one went into which hole. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, got the screws taken out, and sometimes you may need to pry up the lid a little bit just to get it started, but be very careful. Just use a small flathead screwdriver just to get it started. And I'm going to take the lid off now. Actually, not a lid, but that's actually the bottom. Okay, but here you go. This is the guts of the SL-Q Techniques turntable. So we want to be very careful with everything you do in here. Do not touch anything. Everything is extremely brittle. The technology behind these turntables is really wonderful. I mean, the things still work. If you see any run across any of these turntables, usually simple fixes will help them. The biggest thing, like I said, is the queuing mechanism. So let me grab a flashlight in here. I'll show you the culprit. The culprit is this little spring. You can see it right in there. It has like a, it's like a little brass spring. And let's see if I can do this. Get the little pointer here. Hold on a second. And it is right, get this in here, right here. This little area here, there's a little spring right in there. This is the thing that gets all gunked up with dried grease, and this is what you want to lubricate. I used a little bit of WD-40, which I found to clean the old oil out. And what I did was I took a little bit of it, put it in a measuring cup, and just used a simple paintbrush. Okay, you can see I did it already, and you can see the dirt and the grime that came off of it. Okay, all I did was I go in here and simply just clean that spring off. And in doing so, applies a nice little layer of fine oil in there of the WD-40. Okay, you can clean off all the dry grease, and you can see all the grease that's in here. There's some right here. Any of this orangey gook is old oil and grease that's dried up. I'm not going to really mess with it because I really don't want to take a chance on popping a spring off or anything, but I'm going to leave it alone. I did that 2 or 3 times with the paintbrush and cleaned off all the springs area there, and immediately I'm going to try using the cueing mechanism and see if anything moves. Now, keep in mind, nothing moved in here, okay? Let me put the light back in there. When I did this before, nothing was moving. Ah, movement. Okay, so now if you see that, then you know you probably are good. So I'm going to button this thing up and get it powered up, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I put the bottom back on, replacing the screws very carefully, just tightening them slightly. Don't over tighten. We're going to test our cueing mechanism. Let's take a look at the arm. Now I will say that when I did this the first time, I had to push this up and down a couple times to get it freed up. But once I did, the arm drops down nicely, okay? And then if you go up, you can see it going up and dropping down so slightly. And again, if it doesn't move, you can push it down a little bit and it'll get that oil in there moving, all right? When you put your platen back on, be very careful, and also the platen mat as well. Okay, got the turntable all back together again, plugged in, just put an LP on there, and I'm gonna test our cueing. I'm gonna raise it up. This isn't a fully automatic turntable. It's only the Q200, so you have to go over and we'll drop the needle like you're supposed to be able to do. And there we go. All right, now we're going to pull the cue up and see if it works. There we go, raised it up, and we'll drop it back down again. There you go. So that's it. All right. That's the SL-Q200 Technics turntable. These quartz direct drive turntables are a gem. If you find them anywhere in a store, secondhand store, consignment store, grab the turntable. Chances are it works. All right. Good luck to you.